on this beautiful Friday. You finally made it to the weekend, and yes, the temperatures are still warm, but this might be the last day that we see the warm heat. We have some changes in the forecast as we head into the weekend, some good changes, maybe some more rain chances as well. I'm Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Jaden Knowles, and thank you so much for joining in. But let's take a look outside and see how things are looking so far. You can see Fort Morgan, lots of sunshine, a little bit of cloud coverage as we're looking at Fort Morgan, but overall we're seeing the warm temperatures all across the entire state. Right now here in the metro area, we're at 94 degrees and we're still warming up. We're not done warming up just quite yet. We should see the upper 90s once this day is over with. Here's your current temperatures across the state. 89 currently in Akron. Towards the eastern plains, you're seeing the upper 90s as well as 94 at DIA currently, 90 degrees in Fort Collins, 70s and 80s over towards the high country, then also the upper 90s towards the western slope. So here's what we're tracking. Of course, this is the last day. We're going to see the hot and dry conditions as we head into the weekend. There is the relief as we're tracking a strong cold front expected to make its way across the region late tonight into tomorrow morning. So overall, today's high, 97 degrees. We're going to see an increase in cloud coverage, and there is a slight chance for a pop-up thunderstorm, mainly northern Colorado. If we look at radar right now, you can see there's a couple of isolated showers towards the southeastern portions of the state near Lamar, but nothing severe, and that's really all the rain that you're going to see today, as I don't have a lot of rain in my forecast for this afternoon. So let's take a look at Futurecast. Once again, we are tracking that strong cold front making its way across the state. That should make its way here into Denver by 6 p.m. this evening, and noticing along that front, we could see some pop-up showers or thunderstorms kind of near Fort Collins and Greeley area, but overall it'll be very brief in nature and nothing severe. And that's really all the rain that I have. You might see some showers near Steamboat Springs late tonight into tomorrow morning, but if you have any evening plans and you were debating on the weather, you'll be just fine for this evening. Maybe bring that light jacket, because once that cold front comes through, you'll definitely feel it. But overall, looking at your fire danger, there is a red flag warning for the western slope, and that actually goes including parts of the foothills as well. We're talking about gusty conditions, humidity down to 7%. So please be smart and safe if you're doing anything towards the western slope or along the foothills for this evening. Here's your wind gust forecast. As I mentioned, the reason for that red flag warning is because of those gusty conditions from that high pressure system. And so you can see some gusts close to 30 miles per hour as we head into the latter parts of this afternoon. By 5:30, some close to 40 miles per hour, kind of near Eagle and just the high country in general, before finally dying back down as we head into tomorrow morning. So along with that red flag warning, we also have lots of smoke still in the air across the state from those wildfires that's continuing, the elk and leaf fires over towards the western slope. And you can see, especially down towards Pueblo, the south of the I-25 corridor, that's where the thick band of smoke is. But we're still going to continue seeing that haze, especially as we head into your weekend. So that's the reason for the air quality alert, but mainly for the northern Colorado, including Steamboat Springs and also parts of Meeker as well. So if you have any respiratory issues, you might want to limit time outdoors and just be safe, and make sure you have your inhaler if you have any asthmatic problems or anything in that nature. But this air quality alert will continue until 9 a.m. tomorrow morning. So we're going to wait and see if they extend that or not. But here's the good news. I mean, if you ask me, with these warm temperatures, we've seen the warm temperatures for the entire week so far. And then once that strong cold front makes its way through late tonight, we're going to see a high tomorrow of only 88 degrees. And yes, some more rain chances as well. It'll be very scattered in nature, not a widespread event. But if you do see a storm, mainly towards the eastern plains, Lyman included, Burlington, you have the potential of seeing a severe storm or two. We're talking about large hail, maybe some gusty winds occasionally with that. Here in the metro area, we do have a level 1 risk, and that is mainly for some gusty winds. I believe the hail threat will be mainly towards the eastern plains. So if we take a look at the time lapse for this, or your Futurecast, mainly after 2 p.m. is when these storms will start to get started along the foothills, and then of course track towards the east. But you see how scattered in nature this is. I mean, the western slope, you won't see any rain tomorrow. Southeastern portions of the state, not a lot of rain tomorrow, but this will be mainly including the metro area, and then a little bit towards the eastern plains. And once these storms really start to get going and move into that environment where that level 2 risk is, that's when these storms can have the potential of becoming severe. So especially along I-70, parts of Lyman, you can see some storms with some large hail tomorrow afternoon into the early evening hours. This is at 6 p.m. and then ultimately finally clearing out of the state as we head into early parts of Sunday morning. But we are still tracking for Sunday another potential for some showers and thunderstorms. This time it'll be more widespread and the better chances for some severe weather. But we're going to wait till we get closer to Sunday to talk about that. As far as your highs across the state tomorrow, I mean, much cooler than what we saw this entire week. The upper 80s, you got 70s and 80s, even some 60s in the high country. The upper 90s still hot towards the western slope, but overall much better and reasonable than the temperatures that we actually saw for this week. 88 degrees tomorrow here in Denver, 88 as well in Fort Morgan, 89 in Greeley, the upper 80s towards the eastern plains. So much more better to be outdoors, but once again, we are tracking those showers and thunderstorm chances as we head into tomorrow afternoon. Tomorrow morning will be very nice and beautiful, though, so if you want to go on a nice walk or jog or take the dog out on a walk, you won't need your umbrella or anything of that nature for tomorrow morning. Just keep that umbrella handy as we head into Saturday afternoon. So overall, the rest of your 7-day forecast, you can see much cooler, much more reasonable temperature. 79 by Sunday. As we head into next week, we start off the week with the upper 80s, and then of course, we're starting to warm back up, unfortunately. 93 by Tuesday, 95 by Wednesday, and then you can see staying with the low 90s as we head into next week. And I know school is getting ready to start back up. I hope everyone has a successful school year, and overall stay hydrated, especially to the kiddos who might be going to school for the first time and they got recess. You know, you get super excited and you forget to hydrate. So make sure you have your electrolytes, get a Gatorade, and then also drink some water. The heat doesn't care how old you are, okay? So we're still going to be warm next week, this weekend, much cooler. But once again, we are tracking those shower and thunderstorm chances for Saturday afternoon as well as Sunday afternoon. But of course, tune in to 3 p.m., 4 p.m. We're here all day giving you the weather and, of course, the news as well. So just hope everyone has a terrific Friday. Be safe out there. You finally made it to the weekend. Of course, this weekend is going to be amazing. Thank you so much for joining in. I'm Weather Impact Team Meteorologist Jada Knowles.